Okay, so the AI landscape is moving at lightning speed. Seems like there's something new every day.
It really does feel that way. Constant innovation.
But there's one new development that's really, captured global attention. It sparked some pretty intense discussion.
You're talking about Manus, right? The AI agent.
Exactly. Manus. Officially launched back on March 6th, 2025. It's an autonomous AI agent from Monica, the Chinese startup, also known as Butterfly Effect.
Right. And what's really got people talking, I
Yeah.
think, is that Manus isn't just like another virtual assistant.
No, it's different.
Yeah, its core thing, its innovation, is that it's designed to execute complex tasks independently.
Independently, that's the key word.
It really is. It aims to close that gap, between just having an intention, asking for something, and getting a concrete, tangible action or result.
So moving beyond just chatbots giving answers.
Precisely. We're shifting from AI tools that just help us out to AI agents that can potentially drive whole projects from start to finish.
Wow. Like what kind of outputs are we talking about?
Well, things like fully detailed reports, comprehensive financial analyses, all generated without needing constant human hand-holding or step-by-step prompts.
Okay, that is a fundamental shift. It changes what maybe one person or a small team could even achieve.
Exactly. It's about amplifying human potential in well, maybe an unprecedented way, which is why some people are positioning Manus as, a potential milestone towards AGI. Artificial general intelligence.
And it's definitely causing a huge stir. I mean, you look at the market, it's so dominated by giants, right? OpenAI with ChatGPT, Google with Gemini.
Yeah, the big players.
And suddenly Manus comes along challenging that whole established order. It seems quite distinct.
It does. Its value proposition seems to be offering this real autonomy, but at a potentially accessible cost.
Though it started invitation only, right?
Initially, yes.
Yeah.
An invitation system. And while, yeah, it's built on underlying models like Claude from Anthropic and Quinn from Alibaba.
So it's using existing tech underneath.
It is. But the data we're seeing, what the sources show, is that Manus has actually surpassed some key benchmarks, like GIIA.
GAIA, right. The General AI Assistant Benchmarks. Those are tough tests, right? Real-world reasoning, common sense.
Exactly. Pretty rigorous. And apparently Manus even outperformed tools like deep research from OpenAI.
Deep research, that's OpenAI's own advanced tool, isn't it?
It is, which makes that comparison pretty notable.
So Manus beating GAIA benchmarks, doing better than deep research. That's not just a technical win, is it? It sounds more strategic.
Oh, absolutely. It signals that maybe foundational AI leadership isn't exclusively Western anymore. The whole race for AGI just got, well, a lot more competitive globally.
Which naturally brings up the question, how authentic is all this, given the hype?
That's fair. We know there are controversies swirling around Manus. Questions about its originality, its actual performance in the real world, beyond demos.
Precisely. Which brings us to our mission today. We want to take all your sources, the articles, the research papers, the chatter on social media, and really dig in.
Yeah, extract the important nuggets, the key insights about Manus.
We'll try to provide a comprehensive, sort of verified view of its relevance, what it can actually do, and this whole conversation, it's kicked off in the AI world.
Because it's not just, another piece of tech news.
No, it feels like a glimpse into how AI is evolving super fast and what that might mean for, well, how we all live and work. Okay, let's unpack this.
Sounds good. Where should we start? The team behind it.
Yeah, let's do that. To really get how Manus is making waves, we need to look at its origins, starting with the team.
Okay, so that's Monica, the startup founded by Xiao Hong, who's, 33?
Yeah, 33-year-old entrepreneur. They've got locations in Beijing and Wuhan.
And it's a relatively small team, right? Which
Yeah.
makes what they've achieved perhaps even more impressive.
Definitely. Their chief scientist, G.E. Cao, he developed something called Magi.
Ah, Magi. The knowledge graph. That seems pretty central.
It does. Apparently, it forms the basis of Manus's reasoning capabilities.
Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture, Monica's approach seems distinct because of Magi. Knowledge graph isn't just a database.
Right, it's more complex.
Think of it like a huge interconnected web of facts, concepts, relationships, like a super detailed mental map for the AI.
Okay, so that lets Manus understand context better, reason across different bits of information.
That's the idea, giving it that sophisticated decision-making ability. And actually, before Manus, they had Monica.ai, that browser extension.
Right, I remember that. So that already showed some of their potential.
Possibly, yeah, a sort of early glimpse.
Okay, so that background, especially Magi, helps explain why Manus isn't just a chatbot you talk to.
Exactly. It operates differently. It's described as an asynchronous, cloud-based general AI agent.
Asynchronous, meaning it works in the background.
Yeah, you give it an instruction, and it doesn't necessarily respond immediately. It goes off, autonomously figures out a plan,
Okay.
then uses various digital tools, could be navigating websites, running Python code, analyzing files, whatever it needs.
To actually deliver a tangible result, not just text.
That's the promise, tangible results. So when we talk about capabilities, what are some of the real-world examples that jumped out from the sources?
Well, there was that demonstration processing resumes, right? From ZIP file.
Yeah, extracting skills from resumes, comparing them against current labor market trends, and then generating a classified report. Pretty complex stuff.
Or the housing search example, looking for housing in New York City.
Right, considering safety, schools, prices, handling all those variables simultaneously.
And financial stock analysis, too, generating interactive dashboards.
Yeah, those examples really paint a picture of it being a doer, an agent that takes action rather than just having a conversation.
It really does. And this ability to act autonomously, that's tied directly to its architecture, isn't it? The way it's built.
Absolutely. That multi-model architecture seems crucial.
Multi-model, meaning it uses different AI models together.
Exactly. Combines models like Claude 3.7 Sonnet, apparently, for deeper thinking, what they call hybrid reasoning.
Hybrid reasoning, like blending different kinds of logic.
Sort of, yeah. And then using Quen for maybe more straightforward text analysis and understanding.
Okay.
And then they layer on their own proprietary techniques for what they call multi-model decision-making.
Which basically means it can figure out which tool or model is best for each step of a complex job.
That seems to be the core idea, allowing it to handle those really complex workflows we just mentioned.
And this combination.
Yeah.
Wow. It definitely caused a sensation. Almost unprecedented.
The buzz was immediate, wasn't it?
Incredible. We saw posts on X, formerly Twitter, just blowing up. Thousands of views, likes, almost instantly.
Yeah, I saw some of that. People sharing videos like that user at Mawucom.
Right, showing Manus programming video games or apparently executing like 50 tasks at the same time.
Crazy. And it generated this huge global enthusiasm. Sources mentioned, particularly in Hispanic communities, interestingly.
Then the media jumped on it too. Wired, Zatica, positioning Manus as a serious rival to OpenAI.
And specifically highlighting that superior performance on the GAIA benchmarks we talked about.
Yeah, they really hammered that point. But what really amplified the whole thing and created this weird side story was the accessibility factor.
Ah, yes. That definitely poured fuel on the fire.
Yeah.
But it kind of backfired too, didn't it?
How so?
Well, initially, Manus was free to use. Or at least the plan was for a modest subscription fee later on.
Which is a stark contrast to, say, OpenAI's reported $200 a month for some services.
Exactly. Much more accessible, seemingly.
Yeah.
But that invitation-only access system they started with,
Yeah.
it inadvertently created a black market.
A black market, seriously, for access codes.
Apparently so. On Chinese platforms like Shanyu, codes were reportedly selling for thousands of dollars.
Wow. Thousands just to get access.
Yeah.
Well, that shows insane demand, doesn't it?
It really does. Like, people were frantic to get their hands on this level of AI autonomy.
And I guess that demand isn't just curiosity. It's about the potential impact, the transformation it could bring.
Precisely. The demand was clearly sky high because people could see the promise, revolutionizing whole sectors.
Like HR speeding up candidate selection.
Yeah, or finance generating those deep analytical insights we mentioned. Education, maybe creating personalized learning content at scale.
The potential seems huge. Did experts weigh in?
Oh, yeah. People like Victor Mustar apparently called it amazing. Investor Didi Days saw it as the promised agent.
The promised agent, that's strong language.
It is, and it feeds into this broader debate that's been bubbling up. This idea of unicorns managed by one person with AI.
Ah, the solo unicorn idea, where powerful AI lets one person or a tiny team do what used to take a huge company.
Exactly, kind of democratizing high-level capabilities. It's a fascinating, maybe slightly scary thought.
So, okay, on one side, we have these massive expectations, these powerful demos. Some people framing it as China's second DeepSeek moment.
Yeah, like another instance of open, low-cost AI emerging from China, directly challenging Western dominance.
And we know it showed superiority over OpenAI's deep research and autonomy benchmarks.
Right. But with all this hype, we have to ask about the downsides. What about the criticisms our sources brought up? Where are the cracks appearing?
Good question. Because it can't be perfect, right?
Almost certainly not. And one major point is its reliance on those existing models, Claude and Quen.
Right, which raises questions about how truly original or foundational the core tech is.
Exactly. Plus, users have reported technical glitches, things like infinite loops, where it just gets stuck.
Oh, that's not good for an autonomous agent.
Not at all. And failures in really complex real-world tasks, like maybe it struggles with booking a restaurant table accurately or programming a game clone beyond a simple demo.
So the demos might be impressive, but the reliability for intricate tasks isn't always there yet.
That seems to be a recurring theme in the critiques.
Yeah.
There was one ex-user at Tier Taxes who had a pretty specific take.
Oh, yeah. What did they say?
They suggested Manus might be optimized more for influencers, for showing off flashy capabilities, rather than for really robust STEM applications.
Interesting.
Yeah, they even said it was worse than Google for advanced programming tasks.
Okay, so that's a significant counterpoint to the hype. Style over substance, potentially.
Or at least, maybe the substance isn't quite as universally applicable as the initial buzz suggested. It raises questions about its practical versatility versus just making cool demos.
So despite the impressive stuff, there are clearly real-world performance hurdles still there.
Definitely.
Looking beyond these initial problems, what are the bigger long-term challenges Manus is facing for success, for widespread use?
Well, several big ones stand out. First, accessibility and just plain scalability.
Moving beyond invitation only.
Right. That model limits adoption. They'll need to massively expand their servers, their infrastructure, without letting performance tank as more people use it. That's a huge engineering challenge.
Makes sense. What else?
Second, technical reliability. Those loops, the errors, hallucinations,
Yeah.
they absolutely have to get those sorted out for critical applications. You can't have an autonomous agent going off the rails.
Especially if it's handling important tasks.
Exactly. Maybe improving how those different models integrate could help make it more robust. Third, and this is huge, ethical and security concerns.
The risks of autonomous AI.
Yeah. Data manipulation, potential for bias creeping in, misuse. As this tech gets more powerful and pervasive, the need for global regulations becomes really urgent.
A challenge for the whole field, not just Manus.
True. Fourth is that dependency on external models we mentioned, relying on Claude and Quen. What if Anthropic or Alibaba change terms, restrict access, or raise costs?
That could be a major problem.
It could. Developing their own powerful proprietary foundation models would be ideal for long-term stability and control, but that's incredibly resource-intensive.
A big investment.
And finally,
There's geopolitics. The, let's say, tense relationship between China and the West.
right, potential sanctions, trade restrictions. Exactly.
Yeah.
That could seriously limit Manus's ability to expand globally,
Really?
which is a massive hurdle for any ambitious tech company these days.
Okay, so quite a few significant challenges ahead. When we put all this together then, what's the big picture? What does it all mean?
Well, I think it's clear Manus represents a genuinely significant leap forward in autonomous AI.
Yeah.
Its launch in 2025 wasn't just another product release.
It feels more symbolic.
Yeah, it underscores the incredibly rapid rise of Chinese innovation in AI. And it definitely lays down a direct challenge to the established giants like OpenAI.
A challenge to democratize their tech more, to push the boundaries of what these agents can do.
I think so. And based on the verified sources, even with the critiques, Manus has proven it can surpass key benchmarks. It offers practical applications that, could genuinely boost productivity globally across different industries.
So ultimately, Manus is kind of more than just another AI agent, it feels like a profound glimpse into a possible future.
That's a good way to put it. A future where AI acts maybe as a universal hand.
A universal hand? I like that. Capable of transforming whole industries, maybe redefining what human work even looks like.
Which leads us to that final kind of provocative thought for you, the listener.
If AI can truly act as this universal hand, what does that actually mean for our definition of human work, of creativity, and maybe more importantly, how do we, all of us, make sure we guide that hand ethically?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? Definitely something to mull over.
Absolutely.
And for those of you who want to dive even deeper, maybe see some of these capabilities for yourselves, we do recommend checking out their gallery of cases. You can find it directly at https.manus.am.